Hey everybody, welcome back to the Kettle Cookers. Today I'm here with Joe from Smokin Joe's Pit Barbecue. He drove up from Texas. He's in town to help out tomorrow at Proud Souls, one of the local barbecue shops here. He's actually shooting a video right alongside me, so he's going to be prepping some chicken. He already spatchcocked a whole chicken. He's working, spatchcocked a chicken. He's rubbing a whole chicken that we're going to cook alongside that. While he's doing that, I'm going to go ahead and get into what we're cooking today for the video. We're going to be doing tri-tip. I've got 2 prime tri-tips from Costco. We also have, this is a special pleasure, we have a Wagyu tri-tip from Midland Meat Company, courtesy of Proud Souls Barbecue Provisions here in Denver. This has already been rubbed down by Proud Souls. They won't tell me. Chris is standing right there off camera. He won't tell me what it is, but that's going to go on, and then I'm going to go ahead and show you how to prep these 2 tri-tips.
Beautiful looking tri-tips, by the way.
They are beautiful. With the Midland, there's a little bit of trimming that you've got to do with them, but the Costco tri-tips, if you look at them, they're usually pretty good. There's a little bit of fat on the bottom here. That's pretty much going to render down. I'm going to reverse sear these, so I'm going to bring them up slowly to about 110, 115 degrees. Then I'm going to get a really hot fire going and sear them off. So during that sear process, this little bit of fat that's here, I'm really not worried about it. You can trim it off if you want. It's just going to drip and cause the fire to come up and really envelop this. Give me a really good hard sear all the way around it. So I'm just going to leave it as it is. Sometimes one of the little tricks I do with tri-tip, if you've ever done a tri-tip, the grain runs different directions. This one's not as pronounced as this one is, but here the grain is running this way, and then when you get out here to the skinny end, the grain runs this way. So sometimes I'll actually cut it right here, so I've got 2 separate chunks of meat. That helps them cook a little bit more evenly. This is pretty much the same size, and then you've got this. It also allows you to get more rub on it. Today I'm going to go ahead and leave them as is. So I'm going to go ahead and put some rub on these. I'm going to be using Lutin Booty, What's Your Beef, and then I'm going to be using Rockin Rubs Steak Mojo, which is a coffee rub. I've used these 2 in combination before. They're really, really good. The coffee rub just seems to really work with tri-tip. So let's go ahead and get these rubs on. I will start with the Lutin Booty.
You left-handed, Mike?
I am left-handed.
Wow.
Except for when I used scissors earlier. I used scissors
you're
right-handed.
Yeah.
Not going to go too heavy with this. Just a light coating.
So you said we're going to reverse sear these 2?
Yep.
And then that one?
This one's still to be determined. I think we're just going to go hot and fast with this one.
Nice.
We might even get out the rotisserie. We haven't decided yet. But that one's going to be hot and fast. These are going to be reverse seared. That's a little bit bigger chunk of fat. I'll go ahead and trim that off. Oh, there we go. Fell right off. And get the sides. This is good with the Lutin Booty. And now, you smell the coffee in it?
Oh, yeah.
And the coffee really cooks off. You don't taste it that much once it's done. And I'm going to go heavier with this one. And there are some sugars in this, so it'll help really develop a crust. So when this is done, it's actually going to be a little bit crunchy when we slice it.
Oh, nice.
And then it's just super tender in the middle.
So what about temperature? Are you cooking to 120-ish smoking?
I'm going to go to 110, 115, because I'm going to sear it really, really hot.
Okay. Now, I don't do a whole lot of tri-tips, I got to tell you. Number one, I can't get them where...
You can't get them in Texas?
No, in El Paso anyway.
Okay.
And that's a big California piece of meat, right?
California, I mean, it seems to be just a west of the Mississippi thing.
Yeah.
As soon as you get east of the Mississippi, it's really hard to find. If you have a local butcher, not your butcher at the grocery store, you can usually go in and ask them. They can probably get it for you.
Very nice.
Alright, so that is ready. One more thing, I didn't get this end. Alright, so we're ready to fire up the grill on this. I'm going to use a 22-inch Weber kettle for this with the Slow N Sear. I'm going to start off cooking it around 250 degrees to 110, 115. I'm going to pull them off, let them rest. While they're resting, I'll dump more charcoal in and let those get up to temperature, and then we'll sear them off. So the next time you see these steaks, these tri-tips, they will be going onto the kettle. Alright, so I got the Slow N Sear fired up. I started off with just a lighter cube and some charcoal on one side, waited for it to all get lit. And went ahead and put the tri-tips on. This should run around 250 degrees. And I'm going to let this go until the tri-tips are at 110, 115. And then I'll check back in with you to let you know the next step. Tri-tips cooked to 115. I added a bunch of charcoal to this side, let it get hot. And now we're going to do the reverse sear. So I'm going to spin this grate. I took it off to let it get cold, so it's the grate itself is not searing the meat. I'm going to spin it over the charcoal. Once I do that, I'll add the grate on the other side, and then we'll spin and flip a couple times till it's done. Now the meat's directly over the flames. I'm going to go ahead and add the grate over on this side while that's searing. I'll be right back. Alright, so these have been searing 30-45 seconds. I'm going to go ahead and flip them to the opposite side. They've got a nice sear on them, a little char. And then I'm going to go ahead and spin the grate again. I've got a glove on. Protect me from the heat. So this is on a cold grate again over extremely hot coals. And I'll let this go for another 30-45 seconds, and then we're going to repeat the process. Alright, time to rotate again. I'm going to give them a quick flip. Oh yeah. That char. I got 121, so they can still go a little more. Oh, this one's reading higher. 127. 131.
Or triple chocolate. What's your favorite? Chris, you got red velvet? What? Yeah. Red velvet. You don't like chocolate? No, red velvet. Dave's got a chocolate that was calling for chocolate. Red velvet is 8.45. Vanilla. It's chocolate with red coloring.
Alright, these are ready to come off. Alright, so the reverse seared tri-tips are done. We're ready to throw on the Midland Wagyu. We got this grill really cranking. It's still hot from the sear. We threw on the GrillGrates, let them come up to temperature. They're reading anywhere from 600 to 725 degrees. Chris, go ahead and throw that sucker on. It is really hard to cook a Wagyu tri-tip without GrillGrates. There's going to be so much juice dripping. We're going to get flare-ups even through the GrillGrates, but we'll be able to keep them under control. Alright, we just rotated. Try to get the next rotation on camera. Look at these flames licking out this kettle. These GrillGrates are hot. The tri-tip's been sitting out for quite a while, so it's definitely at room temperature. It's going to help cook this thing evenly. Alright, we're ready to look at the bottom, see if we're ready to flip this over. Oh man, those are grill marks. Alright, we're ready for a flip.
Let's check it.
Oh yeah. Oh, there's a flare up. Turn it diagonally to get the good grill marks. Let the GrillGrates do their thing. Look at that fire. That's all the grease from the fat rendering from this Wagyu. If you were doing this without GrillGrates, we'd have a full-on grease fire right now. Alright, we're still at about 90 degrees internal temp, so we're going to go ahead and put it off to the side as soon as we get this end seared. And we're going to go indirect. We're going to put the lid on and just let this come up to temp. Alright guys, the tri-tips are done. We've also got potatoes that my friend Francie Bakes from Instagram cooked. So we're ready to tear into those, but first we got to slice the meat. If you're wondering what's going on over here, Joe cooked amazing chicken on my 26-inch grill today. Super juicy. He's trying out a new rub for Victory Lane. It's still a work in progress, but I'm telling you, if this isn't the end result is going to be super amazing.
Yeah, it's really good.
Alright, so we're going to pull out this tri-tip.
Look at that juicy.
Look at that.
Juiciness.
We got a nice char on it. Do another one. Then my buddy Chris back here.
Yeah.
He's got the Midland Meat Wagyu. So there's his Wagyu tri-tip. He cooked it on the GrillGrates, so you can see the really good grill marks. This is just all over sear. We're going to go ahead and slice into these.
Perfect.
First one, second one. That's just the little tip. This is like a little burn end right here. Let's go into the middle. See if we can't get through all three.
Oh, man.
Oh, look at that. Stack them up here. Look at that juice on that Wagyu.
That Midland Meat Company Wagyu.
And all three of these look amazing. Let me do some slices, hand them out to everybody. Alright, Joe, first slice is for you. There's the prime. Look at that. I mean, that's perfect. Medium rare, maybe a little bit medium, but it's got a crust on it. See what you think of that coffee rub. Chris, come on over here.
Yeah.
It smells amazing, first of all.
Yeah, guys.
This is Chris. He is the general manager from Proud Souls Barbecue and Provisions. He brought this Midland Meat tri-tip. Let's start off.
Meat Co.
Let's give him a bite
Sure.
of the prime. And you can't see this in here, but there's still some great marbling in here.
That is ridiculous.
Let me try a piece. What do you think of that rub? You taste the coffee? A little bit, right?
Very, man. It's so tender.
It is. It's sick.
It's like eating a potato. Like,
Oh my god. The reverse sear.
Like that.
that is savage.
See, and you said earlier, you don't get a lot of tri-tip. Tri-tip is amazing.
Man.
And look at this. Still fat in here. Here, try that.
That's that Wagyu.
Different
that
rub.
Midland Meat.
Chris rubbed this one. I
Oh,
don't
yeah.
know if it's going to be as good. I know the meat will be amazing. That melts in your mouth.
Oh,
Let
man.
me give it a little slice of that kettle. This is that 180 brisket rub right here.
Wow.
I'm out.
Chris is out.
You gonna
I
share
w-
with the rest of us? Or?
I will say the Wagyu tri-tip from Proud Souls, friggin' amazing.
The fat is like
It
butter.
costs 3 to 4 times what this does.
Worth
To
every
me,
penny.
it's worth it.
You know, this is delicious though.
The,
Okay,
the prime
I-
is good,
It's
and
really good.
and you like the rub.
I absolutely love the rub. This has more fat marbled in it, and it's like butter. It's like so juicy.
And here's what's fun. These were both reverse seared. These were cooked direct for quite a while, and then we put it indirect to bring it up temperature, and look at them. They're all cooked
Same.
almost the same. I
Yeah.
mean, if you haven't tried tri-tip, you need to go out and try it. It's ridiculous. Like I said, if you're east of the Mississippi, go out, find your butcher, find a local butcher, not the butcher at your grocery store. Ask them for tri-tip. It's a different cut of beef than you're used to. It's amazing.
Great job. Amazing job. I mean, that's ridiculous. What's this?
Prime.
That's the prime. Here's the prime. Cheers. We'll see you next time, kettle cookers.
See you guys.